These are some text messages with my daughter. It's unfortunate that I have to go these measures since law enforcement, CPS, and multiple entities, the courts, her stepmom and dad, all are committing crimes to deny me access and with my child. So this is a text message where she states that I could come to a game. It's like taunts. I don't think my daughter had this idea on her own. So she told me to come to a game and then play games and never gave me the address. And she called me and hung up. She's not allowed to talk. I just don't think my daughter is playing these games on her own. Okay, she was playing games and I said, do I need to get ready? And she said the game ended. And she knows that I want to see her. So that's really kind of something to pretend like I'm going to go to this game and you play games and won't let me go. But like I said, I don't think that's her with these schemes. And then I said, is there a reason, where'd it go? Any particular reason why you invited me and didn't respond back? And can you take a picture of you in the uniform? She didn't. We were running late and there was an excuse. Okay. This is where she said someone started hitting her. Who? And she mistyped and said, don't worry about it. And for what? And then she said something they did. And then I said, I don't understand. They got mad at me for something they did themselves. And then I said, would you like to live with me? I don't know. What do you mean? I don't want to leave everything I built here, you know? Can I report the abuse? You don't deserve it. You don't worry too much. I can handle this myself. I showed it to the police. They covered for it and wouldn't investigate it. I mean, how devastating would that be as a child? To know that multiple parties, including the party that you're living with, are enforcing abuse. And then you just have to sit in that, knowing the police department, CPS, just witnessing all these people cover and enforce your abuse. Your abuse and your mom. Just have to sit in that and marinate with our culture. Witness your mom get violated with by the police with a false arrest. And then CPS is covering for it and multiple other entities. And you just got to sit and marinate in that. Then before that happened, you had teachers lying on you, failing you out of malice. And then you have to endure that. Okay, I'll show more. Okay, then she says she has a bunch of floaters in her eye. And she panicked and went online to see what it could mean, if she could have a detect retina. So I went home crying. They said it's normal, so I don't know, but I think it's normal. Well, I would think that you need to go to a doctor. I don't have rights in my child's life. So they didn't think that would be considerable, question. That maybe she needs to seek medical treatment. Never dawned on them. So now she says, I say, who hit you? And then she said yesterday, and then she said a friend. The friend accused me of doing something, and her story just really didn't make sense. And this is her story. They said her friend hit her with a backpack when she got to school. Okay. I just talked to Mike and Denise. They said you can drop it off today, but you can't see me. That was on March 22nd, 4:07 p.m. Okay. On March 30th, you can't. Mike and Denise said that if you don't keep their name out of YouTube, you can't. I'm looking through another device, so it's hard to see. You can't see me, and they will sue you. So Mike is her dad, and Denise is her stepmom, Her dad had a stroke and is almost like special needs. And then I responded, Mike and Denise need to know that they're conspirators in the crime and need to be trying not to go to jail. I dropped off some shoes and clothes. March 31st, I love them, thank you. I'm not allowed to talk to you anymore. I love you very much. Then on June 1st, it has changed. To be clear, when I said I'm not allowed to talk to you, I meant I can't talk to you because of what you are doing. You keep putting our personal info online, and every little thing I say you put on YouTube. So until you stop interactions, our interactions are going to have to be put on hold. None. Let me see. None is forcing me not to talk to you. This is my choice, and I hope you understand. I don't believe it. I believe that they're forcing her to do this because one time she was crying and then they hung up. We were video chatting and she had a meltdown and they hung up, and then she said that she was going to give her away to CPS when she had a meltdown, when I brought some things over and had to leave. So I got her some shoes and I told her I don't want to leave the shoes outside. You're going to have to drop them off. I can't out my shoes outside. You're going to have to drop them off. I can't. I think she meant come outside. So she said I can't. Okay, I was trying to send her some money. She said no need. Now they're stopping her from receiving gifts. And I sent her an old pic of myself. And then she states, why do you keep posting on YouTube? And I told her I'm trying not to get murdered because I have a lot going on. And then she says, by who? And then I told her that I'm targeted and by multiple police departments, which she already knows what's going on. And I told her that I think Jason's behind it. No, he isn't behind it. Now, I'm not going to go into details because I don't think people would believe me, but I've had a lot of family members that have covered for him. My sister was in terror and would not give me my mail when I wrote to advocates, attorneys, and all kinds of other people. Now, I don't know why even my own family members cover for him. I said that, and I'm sure people didn't believe me. No, Jason isn't behind anything. And then I said, you forgot? And then she says, how do you know I said, how do you know he is not behind it? It's all in your head. And then I said, you told the police we were getting stalked the same day your bride told the police your teachers used to harass her. Right before my false arrest, you witnessed. Why do you think we went to the domestic violence shelter? And of course, I love you. I won't be able to talk to you for a while. Please. She didn't want to discuss it. For me, stop uploading on social media by making a video about coffee or things that you find beautiful. For me, please. And I said, why do you want me to continue to allow people to slander me and violate my right to see you? And then she put, good night, I love you so much, so very much, but it's the best for right now. I'm sorry. And then I said, why is a multitude of people lying on me okay with you? Why would you say Jason is not behind it? And then she put, it's not. I think she meant to say, he's not. But I've had multiple family members, and I won't go into detail, that have been covering for him. So it's really amazing. Okay, this is around on August 18th, 2021. These are the items, a lot of the items that I had got for her. I got her some items that online, and I took some things over. And this is when she had the meltdown. And I was telling her I was on my way, and I left Levine's to get her some things for school. And then I was telling her, I'm on my way, I'm here. And then this is where it got, you can look at the time. This is when she had the meltdown. Stepmom called and said that she was giving her away to CPS because she had the meltdown. They allowed me to see her and bring her the clothes, and I showed proof that I brought her clothes and items. And this is where She had a meltdown because she thought that she was going to have to go be in foster care. And I said that I can come over, but I get set up by the police. Are you leaving? And I told her, don't talk like that. And that's why I document. And I care, and I would not have called the police. But the police continue to cover for everything. And then she says, get your rights back. What's that supposed to mean? I said, I'm trying to. And she said, okay, please get your stuff together. She said it. And then see if you can pay to see me. But she's being influenced. Hit and all these other things that go on. And then I said, okay, I am. Go to bed, love, and pray even when it feels like it's not working. That's what I said. Okay. So this is the experiences that the police won't take reports of. They enforce, as well as stepmom and other people. This is communication on the dad phone. You're committing a crime by denying me the right to see Michaela. I'm supposed to have a visit today. Until you can keep your name off of YouTube page, you will no longer get to see your daughter, our daughter, because you're not supposed to be seeing her anyway. So anything that you have for her now on, just leave it on the porch. And this is where she was taunting me about the court abating the money out of corruption. And then they eventually correct the issue. But this is how she was taunting me, calling me a deadbeat because they abated all that child support. And where it would cause me to owe. This is where I was begging because a CPS worker was taunting me and playing games and wouldn't tell me what happened with my daughter, and still haven't told me. She would not give me a conclusion, which is not, I mean, they don't even care how extreme the crimes are they're committing and how they're not following protocol. They don't care. She will not give me the conclusion to a report, which is a requirement. But the CPS worker will not. So then I reached out to them and asked them exactly what happened. And she said she's not concerned about it. This is what the stepmom said. She was playing at school and graduated. She said something about she graduated and she got a dress or something and an award, and I'm missing out on it. Of course I am. That's why I'm doing all of this. It's not easy for me to, put all my business out in the streets. But when I wasn't doing it, I was being set up. So now to expose the corruption and the abuse that I experienced, I have to put everything out in the streets, and it's uncomfortable for me. I want so much to get out of this so I won't have to continually put my business out in the streets. But until then, I have to expose the criminal activity. And then I said right here before that, I don't understand why you're not concerned about Michaela. And I have a right to know she is safe. And then she said, I'm not concerned about that. And I'm asking them to call the people to make arrangements for the supervised visits. This was February. Because they're committing a crime, but the government's covering for it. You can't deny supervised visits, and all these people are conspiring together. And then I said that they can't keep covering for you forever. I have established a pattern of years of hindered custody rights. I took over Christmas gifts, and she asked me if I want to wrap the things up. Some items I wrapped up and some I didn't. So she asked me if I wanted her to wrap the unwrapped items. This was on October 12th. I know you reporting me. The new case, I can't see through this phone. The new in case you did on yesterday, please call them back on so they can tell you what they just told me this morning. The case is closed. They're so corrupt. They don't talk to me and tell me anything. They just close it. And I mean, I don't even know if they actually opened the cases the multiple other times in the past. Okay. And here again, the stepmom says, "Good morning, Nicole." That's I go by Nicole. Every action has a reaction. So every time you spare my name, these are the actions that's going to be taken. There will no more be communication with Michaela, and I'll be no more phone texts or phone calls or videos. Thank you. Have a nice day. She's clearly doing it and forcing my child to lie and and say these things to cover up for her mistreatment. She is the one preventing my daughter from talking to me and forcing her to take responsibility for it. She's emotionally abusive. I've witnessed it. And the courts, the police department, and CPS keeps covering for it. Okay. So I said, please don't make Michaela, please don't have her go to the system. Just let me work to get my rights back. And then I said, are you making Michaela leave? She said no. And then I said, why did you tell me that? And then she said she didn't say that. Then she says that Michaela and Mike have a decision to make. We'll let you know tomorrow evening. Good night. So she's just making a lot of false statements and all over the place. I don't know what would have her call me and tell me that her rights were, and then retracting on what she said. But it's evidence with my daughter's text that she actually said that. And she called me and told me she was sending her to CPS because she had a meltdown when I left.